Hello viewers, and welcome to another video. So this video is probably a bit different from what I normally do, but I actually make all of the music for the channel. So I figured it might be interesting to do a bit of a video on some music stuff that I'm working on at the moment. So about a week ago, I was asked by a friend to come over to their place and jam with them. They play guitar, and I do play some instruments, but I don't really keep up with it. I mainly work in the studio and just processing stuff inside Bitwig. So I was trying to figure out a way that I could jam with them and not have to spend ages trying to get up to scratch on instruments and maybe use something I'm more fluent with. So I decided to do some kind of studio stuff, and I did consider getting some hardware like a live looper or something like that, but I figured a week's probably not enough time to learn that, so I might just try and build something in Bitwig. And I know it has some live performance capabilities, but I've never really looked at it. By the way, this isn't a sort of video about, this being a good live looping setup or this being like something to aspire to. This is just documenting my learning on this part of the software that I use but have never really looked at. So basically, I try to keep it pretty simple by just going for a 4-track audio looper, and that's with these 4 audio tracks here. And they are feeding from the corresponding group above with the color. So purple audio feeds from the purple group. The idea here being that I can kind of chuck whatever into the group and then just feed the sum of all of that to an audio track, so I could have several basses or several drums together at once, or potentially even just drag in an audio clip and feed that from a room mic and sample things on the fly, bring that into the loops that I build. So all of this will be controlled by the launch pad, or as much as I can will be controlled by the launch pad. So up on these 2 rows, I've got some basic navigation with keyboard, some shift keys so I can select multiple. I've got mute. When I open them, you can see I've got record arm. I've got a deactivate, buttons to add additional tracks, and then I can group them together if need be, and do the same to all of that, and then delete them if necessary. Down below there's triggers for the looping, for the triggers for the playback and recording of the audio loops. So they're all color coded, and that'll record that, and then I can record another one, stop recording, trigger the wrong one, but then I can go back to the original clip and just play that. Cool, clear all of that out. These 4 lines here are just faders for the output on each of the audio tracks, so I can mix them in and out as needed. Inside each of the tracks, I've just got some basic patches to start me off with. I've got this same navigation panel with keyboard. So I've got a basic kind of a drum kit. We've got some and pads, more of the same, and then over here just some leads on an arpeggiator. So once something's going, we can go and record that. And that'll just keep playing until then, and then as it's not needed, we can go through and delete it. So that is pretty much it. We'll see how the jam session goes. I'm sure I'll, find a whole bunch of problems and then troubleshoot that as needed, or if it just fails spectacularly, this will be the last video of this series, and I won't make anything else on it because, I'd never jam with this setup again. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.